Hello there everyone. This is a simple show and tell video about PlayWrite and QuestWrite, just to show you guys what this software that I wrote is capable of and what you can do with it. I will start with one video just showing off and just showing you how it works if you want to tell a story. You have a play that is just one actor. And I will continue with a quest, show you how to run a quest, how this is set up and how this does, show you the user interface and so on and so on. And after that, I will see where I go from there and what you guys might need more of. This is only to get you started, get you interested, to show you what this can do. Because the software turned out quite complex in the end, being able to do everything that I wanted it to be able to do. So you might get put off at first if you just read the documentation. This should help a bit. And this also is for people who are interested in organizing and running plays and events and quests for the rest of the server, but lack the technical experience with setting up software, configuration files, and so on, so that you might go ahead and say, I want to do this. I'm looking for a buddy, for a friend who can take care of the technical side of things, and I can get to writing. So today we are going to tell a little story. For that, the first thing that we have to do is start the software. For solo plays, as I call them, we need to start the PlayWrite server. And I have to run it as administrator. This is just because I've set up my local client that way. Starting the software right now. And first thing it does, it asks us a bunch of questions. Select chat log file with client's replies. Since we are doing a solo play, we don't need any channel for synchronization between server and clients. So I'm just gonna cheat a little bit and tell it, oh, this is a log file. It really isn't, but it doesn't need it. After that, it asks us to select a PlayWrite play file. We are going to choose, I'm going to choose the first part of the Sneaky and Devon story, and just open that. And then we are seeing the user interface. A quick walkthrough of what we see here. First, the locale. This is the setting in which language my game client is installed. The language of the game client changes the messages for the channels you use to speak, to send messages, and even the commands for emote and stuff like that, in case you don't know, that changes with the locale of the game client. I have done this translation for German and English. My game client is in English, so I just leave it at that. The next part over here is the channel that is used for the outgoing communication to the audience, which in this case is simply say. Just you could use, if you wanted to, any other channel that is available, including private channels, if you just wanted to play a story to a selected few people. The next part is the PlayWrite channel. This is for synchronization messages and internal stuff. If you do multiplays or quests or whatever, we don't need that just yet. After that, filled after reading the actual play, the actual script. At this point, the software has already loaded the script into memory, gone through it, and realized that there's only one actor in there, which is the bard. At this point, we're going to head over and have a look at the PlayWrite script, which is here, and have a look at what this is set up like. First, we have a few lines of comments. You may recognize the hashtag in front. It's just comments to help me keep track of things. And this is the first line that's actually in the play, that's actually played. How is this set up? The first word here, the first part, is the actor for which the line is for. In this case, the bard. After that comes the first command. You may recognize that it tells the actor to emote a cheer. A part that is not enclosed in this strange command syntax thingy stars is just something that the actor says, which is put out to the channel. As we've seen before, in this case, it will be the say channel. After that, we have a pause to give it a little break. We have another emote, we have another pause, and so on and so on. Let's have a look at a more simple line and go into detail. We take this one. First, we have the actor. After that, the actor does an emote, and after that follows some text that is put out to the say channel, and we have a little pause. How does this come to pass, you might think? In my experience, and I've tried a lot with it software, normally it is very good to start with an emote, any kind, just to give the story a little movement. Then say a short line of text, and after that give the people some time to read it. In this case, 3.5 seconds. This denoted in milliseconds. So, what will be the next thing we have to do? We see, as we've seen in the script, there is one actor in this play. It's a solo play, which is the bard. So I mark this line and tell the software that this is the actor I want to play. Set my actor. Here you can see the number of lines in play, how many lines are in that file. So just to give us information is how long this might gonna take. Then we have the current line, which is at 1. We don't have started it yet. Or we could set it to any other, but we leave it at 1, just at the beginning, and we can start to play the acting. Whoa, what happens there? Mind blown. Not really. Let's have a look. So I'm gonna press the pause button. The PlayWrite software tells me that it's pausing the play at line number 13, which is nice. Why does it still do something? because I paused it at some point and there's still a single line in memory that it's in the process of putting out, acting out, and it has to finish that before it actually can make a pause. This looks better than just pausing something mid-line. It doesn't look so good. I tried it, so I chose to always act out the current line before actually pausing. So we can now see 159 still, of course, that didn't change. We are at line 13 and we could opt to play on. I'm gonna set this back to 10, line 10, and start again. You see how it... Oh, come on. Repeated this line. So that worked pretty well. So, and this goes on, if you don't stop it by other means, this goes on until the play is finished. One thing of note that is very important, while PlayWrite is playing a script, you can't really use the chat. You can't really use the keyboard to chat with someone. That is because PlayWrite is basically a clever additional keyboard that you have, and it just presses enter, enters the line that is to be acted out, and presses enter again. If I would use the chat right now, pressing enter, entering a text, pressing enter, it might overlap. And then, because PlayWrite is simple software which doesn't check what it's doing, it just does it, would interfere with my typing and the enter stuff, and that could lead to unwanted results. Don't do it. Be aware that you can't really chat while this is running. You can use the mouse though, whereas there's absolutely nothing to keep you from doing that. So you could change clothing, you could, I don't know, I guess you could just do stuff. Yes, you could. Which might be necessary for some plays when the director said there has to be some kind of effect or whatever. You can fire off fireworks, stuff like that. It's still possible. But the play itself will be played out no matter what until you stop it by other means or you press pause. So that's for a quick introduction and a quick show and tell. Thank you very much. I will see you in a few days with a demonstration of QuestWrite, how to run a quest. See ya!